every year I am enamored with a defensive pass rusher. It's been like that since I've had this channel. In 2022, it was Aiden Hutchinson. In 2021, it was Will Anderson Jr., who I really think the Detroit Lions really, truly wanted to get, but they just weren't willing to come up and give up the capital to get Will Anderson Jr. This year, Darius Robinson. That is the guy. I'm seeing everybody talk about him. That's the guy I'm kind of targeting in, man, from Mizzou. This dude has massive potential. And speaking of massive, this is a big human being. Not B-I-G, a B-I-C. This dude is a big human being. But most importantly, he seems like a Detroit Lion through and through. If you haven't seen the soundbite or heard the soundbite and seen the video, he had an interview with Pro Football Talk, Florio and Sims, and he talked about his favorite team growing up. And wouldn't you know it, it was the Detroit Lions. I believe he went to high school in Canton, right down the street from me. Started playing football his sophomore year in high school. So he's kind of like that Ziggy Ansah type thing, right? And this guy, he said the Lions were his favorite team growing up. Now, obviously, you throwing stuff out there, but he's from Detroit, just like Hutch was from Plymouth. Those two cities are actually not that far apart. I believe in some areas they actually touch. Plymouth and Canton actually do border each other. This guy here is one that you should watch in the NFL draft. He interviewed with the Lions, and that's why I'm bringing this up, and that's why I've been waiting to make this video all day. First of all, man, I really don't want credentials, but I would love to have a team member with credentials because they can do all that stuff. I'll do this here. This is what I enjoy, but I would love to have somebody on the inside. This is coming from Mike Payton, and I don't know why we didn't know this yesterday, but Missouri edge Darius Robinson met with the Lions yesterday. He said his heart was pumping because he grew up a Lions fan. Now, if his heart was, usually when your heart is beating like that, you're either scared, you're nervous, or you're excited. He might have been all three of them because the chance to potentially to get interviewed by a team that you grew up admiring, that was your favorite team, and now you could be selected by the same team. Man, oh man, that would be something right there. So like I said, you guys can check out if you look to Pro Football Focus. Now, let's go over. This is a big dude. He is a big dude. I want to say they have him. He said that he played defensive tackle in 2022, and he was 305 pounds. He played defensive end at like 285. And I want to say currently he is 291, but he's a really big dude. But you know what? Like I said, more importantly, this guy is about, he seems like a culture fit. Now, we've been talking about that for quite some time. Now, we're going to bring some information from my favorite website. I found them last year, NFL Draft Buzz. They are a fantastic website. And I'm going to put the link in my description for you to read all the strengths and the weaknesses. But instead of going over those, we're going to go over his scouting report summary from NFL Draft Buzz. And then we'll look at his percentile, where he ranks. Says Robinson's transition from the interior to the edge has highlighted his adaptability and physicality, making him a fit for NFL defenses that value flexibility. His power at the point of attack and ability to engage and shed blockers are immediate assets. However, to maximize his impact in the NFL, he'll need to refine his pass rush technique and develop a more diverse set of moves to complement his bull rush. His lower half flexibility and quickness are areas for improvement, which could limit his effectiveness against more agile tackles and in space. My screen to my left is glared, and so I have to lean over to see it. That's why I'm reading like this. It says teams looking for a defensive lineman who can contribute immediately against the run. That would be fantastic. With the potential to grow into a more complete pass rusher, will find Robinson a compelling option. His physical attributes and production speak to a high ceiling, especially if he can expand his skill set and adapt to the faster pace of the NFL. Robinson's story of progression and performance at Missouri sets him up as a player with the tools to succeed at the next level, particularly in schemes that can utilize his versatility and raw power. And then if you look at his percentile, 40-yard dash, 80%, height, 80%, weight, 51%. You have here his measurements, 77%, and his arms, 77%. Again, I said he was a big dude. He is a big dude. So my members of the second and third tier, you're going to get a behind the scenes video this Friday of what my setup looks like. And to my left over here is a screen that the screen is here. The light is here, and it's glaring right off the corner there. So that's where the paragraph we read from left to right. So that's why it was tough for me to do it. And I could bring it in front of me. I could start doing that. So that'll be a little easier. And if I tilt the light, then this side of my face won't be lit. So I got to figure my way around that. Haven't had to see or do that in a while with the screen being black. But anyway, back to Darius. I'm like, listen, we got our new defensive line coach, right? He's coveted, right? This guy knows what he's doing. So if we get somebody in free agency, I don't mind a late round, first round, early second round draft pick that you don't trade up for. That's not a project, right? So this guy is right where he needs to be. They got him as the fifth best, I think the fifth rated edge in the draft. And he's looking to come out late first round, very early second. Depends on what mocks you're looking at. Late first, early second, this guy could come out. We pick in 29. Could he be there at 29? He could be there at 29. And from his interview, I could already see that he no doubt knocked his interview out the park. He probably destroyed it. You got all these things working for you. And you got to remember, Dan Campbell said it. Brad Holmes said it. No amount of talent is going to get you on this team. Right? So I'm very, very hard on Broderick Martin. There's one reason for that. One reason alone. He was going to be there at pick 96, and he was going to be there probably at 196. You can't give up 3 draft picks for a project, especially last year. You can't do that. But this guy will make an immediate impact in the run game. And again, after what we have on our team, Hutch 11.5, Aleem 5. This guy, even with having to adjust his skill set, work on his moves, I could almost assure you that he would get more than Aleem McNeil. He would probably end his rookie season with at least 6X. At least. Go watch the tape, go watch the film, go watch the highlights. It's all there. Massive potential. Now, he is a big dude. He can play everywhere. He can play along the line. And he said that in his combine interview, like, look, cut the tape, watch the tape. I can play anywhere. D lineman, D tackle, 305, but he is 6'5". I think Hutch is 6'6". And Hutch, so give you a size comparison of Darius Robinson. Okay, let's start with when I think that they had, what's his name? James Houston. They had James Houston as 245. This is before he got injured. Looked like he put on some muscle so he could be more than that now. They had Hutch at 265. Okay? 285 is 20 pounds heavier than Hutch. And he can move. He can move for 6'5", it looks spread out. But if you go look at him, he remind me a lot of Myles Garrett, man. It don't look like fat at all, right? So this guy here, I see he's kind of trending upwards. Everybody in the comment section of the Detroit Lions combine video all have the same thing. And it's funny how we know our team, right? We know what looks like, who looks like a Detroit Lion. I know we say it a lot. You're going to be a Lion. He's going to be a Lion. But Darius Robinson looks like a Lion. Like everything fits. It's almost like if Aiden fit and he was the front half of the first round, Darius could be the same fit, like a mirror image of Aiden Hutchinson in every way. If you get what I'm saying. Have 2 edges, you know what I'm saying? Ebony Ivory doing a thing, bro. So listen, I'm not mad at this at all because, I mean, we going to get Ebony anyway. That's just going to be real talk. But I'm not mad at this at all. Let me know what you think. Have you seen anything? Have you heard the name Darius Robinson before today? Have you seen anything? Because if you haven't, then where are you? That's the question that I have. Where have you been? So, man, I had to get this video. I've been wanting to make this all day, but I have prior obligations. I don't do this full time yet. And even if I did, I do it majority, but I also do some stuff on the side that I truly enjoy and I have a good time for, and I just started doing that and that started picking up. So anyway, just a little bit, but members, you're going to get behind the scenes videos and different things like that. So I'm excited. If you haven't seen, I'm excited to have members. I really am, because it took me a long time, and I keep bringing members up. It's not to get you to become a member. It's to really, this channel has always been about the people. And I know I can get selfish, and I'm rambling right now, but I can get selfish. And when they lose games, I want to keep it all to myself. But then I remember, Derrick, you wouldn't be here if it weren't for the people that watch your content, and you can't turn your back on them, right? It's hard. I did not want to make content when I came back, had COVID, did not want to make content. That loss hurt. I didn't want to, if you saw me in the airport, I must have had, don't talk to this guy, right? So I'm only bringing members up because I really value your input. I want to know what you feel and stuff like that. So the members voted on the end screen, which is why it's there. At any point, we can change that as well. So thank you guys so much. We're up to 10 members now. And it took me a while to realize that, this channel is about the people, and the people know it's about the people. So even though I can be obnoxious, right? But y'all like the realness, right? So anyway, let me know your thoughts on Darius Robinson, man. He might be, like, everybody was fascinated with Kayvon Thibodeau, like in 2 years ago. And I was like, nope, Hutch. It's never not. Oh, Brad Holmes went to when he played UCLA, and everybody was like, oh, we about to draft him. No, we not. This is how I feel about Darius, man. That could be like Hutch 2.0. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. By the way, the track at the end of this is called No Ice. It's by Dylan Sitz. You can Spotify it if you want.